There, scrappy peeps. This is Lisa from the Cherry on Top, KDS, or Creative Design Studio. I've just put in templates, SVG, PNG, JPG, up in the air. It's what you see right here. It's just this one. You can tell by my layers over here that this particular template does only have two layers. I didn't provide each and every shape. It's one solid piece, as you can see here. And I thought I'll wrap it up digitally with you so you could see one of the ways you'll be able to use this template. I've opened up a collection of mine called Serendipity, where you get all these little pieces. This is just a personal use item. Okay, I'm going to just slide in a paper and create a clipping mask. I'll go a little bit through the process just in case some of you might be new to scrapbooking. I experimented just a little bit with this so that I don't waste too much of your time. So I played a little with the backgrounds and just a little bit of color, but that's all I really did. And then I thought this might be a cool idea, and I'll show you and explain what I'm going to do exactly to it. I'm going to duplicate this layer because I really love this little bit of gold glitter. I like glitter in small amounts. Then I'm going to go to Effects. You saw that I duplicated the layer. I'm going to add a stroke. And we'll see which size we want to use. I don't know yet. That's probably going to be a little too small. I want it to be a bit subtle, so I'm going to go with that for now and see if I like it. And then you have to just put it on this bottom layer. See, I duplicated it, but only on the bottom layer did I put the stroke. And then I'm going to simplify that. Okay, so it's nothing I can change anymore. Once you simplify it, you can't change it anymore. That's okay. Now let me show you what I want to do here. Looking for my glitter paper. Glitter paper, there it is. I have two actually that I provided in this collection, and then I'm going to put that over that layer, and it should be the same glitter that's on this paper. So now it all has a glittery thing. Okay, to me that's a lot of glitter, so I'm probably gonna not put too much more glitter in there. But you'll see throughout the collection as I scrap that I have got quite a lot of glittery things in this one. I'm going to merge these layers too. It makes it a little bit easier to work with. I'd also like to put a tiny little shadow. I'm using Karen Schultz Designs shadows as usual. I'd like to make my own, but for now I'm going to use hers because she really gives you a lot of choices and I like that. See, it kind of, a shadow will help you bring the elements off of the page, and digitally speaking, this is really handy because it makes your pages look more traditional. I know I have some frames on here. Oh darn, I forgot to get some pictures. I really wanted to get some pictures, but maybe if we just scrap it up, we'll show you then how to do it. See, then we could put a picture here. Of course, I could enlarge the size of this frame. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. If I wanted to have maybe two small pictures here and one there, or one large one here, because I don't want to cover up too much of my really fun template that I've designed here. So maybe I'll just go for one for now. And this balloon is, well, you know, because of the way I laid it out, it's a little cut off already. So I might just want to go for one in this lower corner where the balloon is cut off. That way you can still enjoy all the other balloons all around. I love floaty things, clouds, balloons. And then you'll see in a little bit that I also have some insects and things that fly around. That makes it really fun as well. Some shadowing. We'll need a background paper behind there. That's just the background that comes with the template right now. Probably something solid. You can go as busy and crazy as you like, but I'm typically not a huge fan of a very busy page. Yeah, you can get a look at this. Oh, I don't know how much I like that. I really like the texture on that paper. I know my solid cardstock is all very different. Ooh, I don't know about that look. Maybe a little bit too contrasting. I thought I liked the blue quite a bit. Let's see. The green doesn't bother me too much. Oh, I think I like the blue a little better. I don't know, we'll try the peach. You could try all these colors and get it to just what you like. I don't know, the peach is a bit much, but I kind of like it in regards to everything else. I'm going to stick with the peach for now. And you know what? Sometimes I do. I didn't want to go with a design paper because I think it'll be all too busy because this is already design paper. And of course, you can always do the opposite of what I have done. You could put in a design paper in the background and then a solid paper over the one that I have designed for. But let's just keep on scrapping for now. We can always change things up later. I'm going to go with somewhat of a basic color palette. I'm going to keep the color palettes a little bit the same. When there are a lot of colors in a collection, I can kind of go a little bit, I don't know, crazy. You know, you've got all these crazy thoughts in your head and all these creative ideas you want to do. And I don't know, I just often feel like my brain is pretty full. And so a very busy page with lots going on can sometimes feel a little overwhelming for me. So I'm going to keep my color palette to a minimum. Let's just say that. I'm going to keep my color palette to a minimum. Okay, we're going to just put a couple of things here. What else can we look at? I usually love some greenery. I don't know if this is going to be too much glitter. We'll see. Oh boy, it's a little bit on the small side. We definitely want it above. Oopsie. The frame. Make it a lot bigger. Ooh, it's nice and fine though. That's kind of interesting, but it gets a bit lost. I want to see what happens, when we add a shadow, if it still seems so lost. It's a really nice, fine piece. I quite like it, but yeah, it needs a bigger shadow for sure. We'll see, maybe with something a little bit bigger underneath it. Yeah, and I see that a lot of my foliage down here is rather busy, and I don't want it busy because my paper is already pretty busy too. So let's put in something like this. That's a little more solid. I'd like to see what that is too. I haven't played with this particular collection in a long time, so I often forget that. Click that arrow. I wish I didn't have to click the arrow until I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I don't like when they make you do that. I don't know about this one either. Let's see. I might like a lighter colored one. Oh, maybe it's because it's behind the frame still. Let's go ahead and put all of our foliage above the frame and see if we like that a little more. Now it seems too big. Okay. I still don't know how much I like it with the gold thingy. I like the gold thingy. It's really special and unique. It looks pretty cool. Let me move it for a minute, or maybe I'll just, I'll go like that. We'll just click over the eye and then it will become invisible. I really like the colors together, but I'm still not convinced about my foliage. I think I'll go with this foliage. Okay, I'm going to delete that foliage and I'm going to go with this one. Right, y'all. Simplify it and add a nice little shadow. I think that shadow looks quite dark, actually. Okay, and I'd like it a little bigger. You can always customize your shadows by double-clicking on the FX button. I can't remember if I told you or not that I'm working in Photoshop Elements. I just find it really simple. I have Photoshop as well, but I only use it when I need to do tricksy stuff that I can't do in Photoshop Elements because I just find that Photoshop Elements is so much more user-friendly, really, because I am not the most computer savvy of people, and Photoshop is great for people like that. Okay, all right, this is looking all right. What else? I'm gonna focus, I guess, on this for a bit. I was just looking at this and I wanted to see if I could put that in the background here, if it wouldn't be too much, but it might still be too much gold. Ooh, I don't know, I kind of like that. Oh, the string. I don't really dig the string. Oh, I really like the paint though, but I think I have that. I think I provided that as well in this collection. See, like this. Ooh, let's see what this one is. That's nifty too. Oh, little butterflies and stuff and little sparkles. But I don't know if that's going to go so great either. You know, I'm not quite sure. I really am pleased with my choice of a design paper over the main image. Of course, we can always go in and change that. That is absolutely no problem. You saw how easy it is. Just a couple clicks and you're set. See, now I'm already adding this other color. I'm not sure about it. But I do kind of appreciate the contrast it's providing to the other lighter elements. It's kind of nice like that. So I'm going to keep it for now. I definitely want to introduce this pretty color flower. Make sure we put it above there. Oh yeah, maybe we'll bring the gold back. Yeah, it's kind of interesting looking here. Maybe a little smaller. I really like it. It's so light and wispy, and when you think of clouds and when you think of a air balloon, you also might think light and wispy. So that could be really cool. Let's just put that there. I kind of like it. I kind of like that. It's almost the same size as the gold flower, and I always have my flowers and elements at varying sizes. Otherwise, it gets pretty boring. I might want to go ahead and duplicate that one and put it down here as well. Yeah, it's okay, I think. And then I usually also turn it so it doesn't look exactly like the other one. I'm pretty sure I want another one of those. I usually like to put things in duplicates. For me, it just looks a little more polished, a little more aesthetically pleasing than having a whole variety of all these different elements. That can be hard on the eyes and a lot to take in as you're looking at a piece. So add some more shadows. Yeah, you can tell because the colors are so light, even these lighter shadows appear quite a bit darker. I'm not so sure my lantern is really looking right here. I love a lantern. I think it's just really fun. It's another kind of, a different kind of piece. But I don't know. It looks a touch busy so far, so we'll see. We might not keep it. We might. I don't know. Let's see. I should probably put something dark in here to help balance out my ribbon. Up here, perfection. Let's get that and put it right underneath these guys, I think. Simplifying them layers helps keep your photo sizes smaller. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, that might be just what I need. And another thing that you do is when you're placing your elements around your page is make sure that they're all coming out of different levels. Like this one comes out here, this one comes out there, this one comes out here, this one comes out there, this one comes way out here. It makes your, we call this a cluster, it makes your cluster look a lot more balanced. And I always try to make at least 3 of the same elements. Kind of like that. And you don't want it to be lined up exactly with the one that is similar to it, so move it over. I'm going to make it so that you can see the center flower really nice. Right, perfect in the center there. Just very aesthetically pleasing in its balance. That's what I'm always going for. Maybe just a little more dark here. Turn it a little. I think I'm also going to duplicate my foliage there in the back for another one. Maybe turn it a little. Maybe turn it a lot. Let's see. Not digging it so far. Maybe completely and totally the other way. And pushed over this way. You can see if you like that. It's okay. Okay, and I'm probably going to want to delete this part here. I just make sure it's simplified, and I click on the eraser tool and ching, and it's gone. I didn't like it sticking out there. It's another thing I love about scrapbooking digitally. I started off scrapbooking traditionally with glue and scissors and all these supplies and materials, and I still have a lot, and good Lord, is my desk a mess. It's so funny to see the contrast. I'm going to clear the layer style here because I forgot to simplify my layer first. The contrast of my traditional scrap desk to my digi desk is just, it's a huge joke. I think I think I'm actually scrapbooked a page digitally, showing off both. My digi desk is immaculate. There's hardly anything on it except for a huge printer and a nice glass full of some pencils and pens and things. You know what this needs? I need more white. I really like this frame I have here. And now it's all tied in with the glitter. But we certainly need more light. Oh, I just fell in love with this little flower. Love my tiny flowers. I think I have a white one too. But it's big. Let me just shove it in there so we can see what it looks like. I'm going to grab, oh, I forgot to simplify that layer too. And let's bring this one up here, and we'll of course simplify it before it's too late. There's my little tiny flower too. I can't forget that. I really would like this flower, I think, way in the back here. And maybe just a little bit showing. I think I'll make it rather small. Another thing I love about digital scrapbooking is that you can change the size of stuff how many times. Did you want to make a page and oh, that element was just too big, or oh, it was just too small, it just wasn't right, or oh, but I only have 2 and I really need 4 for perfect design. All those things you never have to worry about again when you do digital scrapbooking. You just duplicate that sucker. I love how neat it is. I love how I don't have to have all this space for all my stuff. There's a million reasons. A million. I can whip out an album in a weekend, really, if I want. I made my niece an album traditionally. Before I started really getting into DigiScrap, I made her an album, and it took me weeks to make it. And then she just got married last spring, and I made her an album, and it did not take me long at all. I think it took me 4 days. Really working hard, but in 4 days, I had over 35 pages, and it looked like, I would say myself, 100 times better than that traditional one looked. I was just cursing one of my traditional albums that I just made, a mini that I had in the hallway. Oh, every time I touched it, you know, something would fall off. Another embellishment bites the dust, and I got really, really sick of that. All my embellishments always falling off, even with my good glue and, you know, all these good adhesives, highly recommended adhesives. It didn't matter. That stuff would still fall off and got really annoying. Okay, I'm digging this cluster. I'm digging it. It's looking okay. I think I got an okay balance here. I definitely like the white. Oh yeah, this little guy. I just wanted to make a couple of those and bring them to the top. Simplify, of course. And I wanted to make them really tiny. I know that's really like the fad, I guess you want to say, or the thing that everybody's doing, or a lot of scrapbookers, digital scrapbookers are doing, are making tiny, tiny clusters, or sometimes clusters, large clusters, but with tiny, tiny elements. And it's really not my thing. I like it. I love when other people do it. But myself, I don't really do it that much. At times, I guess it kind of depends on what it is you're scrapping. You know, you got to choose what style scrapbook you want to go with according to the project at hand, right? That's the way that works. Look, I'm going to even turn my petal so that that button from the other flower will fit directly in between the petals. And then you see a lot of the other fun little features of the other flowers. I'm going to leave that just like that for now. I think this looks okay. I'll probably want to even go up and do a real quick save as. Well, sometimes I say quick, but it doesn't. Make sure you name your project something different, otherwise it's going to get rid of your original. And I don't want it to save in my folder there. I want it to save in another folder. So pick one and then save. I often save in the TIF version because Photoshop is a lot larger. But I know in Photoshop, when I use the Photoshop version, it usually saves a little quicker. And so to save you time, see already, look how much time it's taking, to save you a little bit of time from having to watch this boring screen and to stop me from doing my work, I thought I'll save it in Photoshop. There we go, okay. So see, if I would have saved it in the other format, it probably would have taken a lot longer. I want to see what this is going to look like over here. I don't know if it will look good or not, but like I said, I just love floaty bits, so I thought I'll take some stars and see what they look like around. No, you know what? It just contrasts a little bit too much. The stars, the gold stars don't really fit with the gold in the background there. So I'm going to forget about that. I have all kinds of floaties. Where's all my floaties? I had lightning bugs, and that's what I'm looking for. Ooh, I'll probably want to use confetti too. I almost always use confetti. There they are. Oh, and I got this too. Okay, okay, I remember some of these things now. Alrighty then, we're gonna get our new items. We're gonna simplify them real quick, and we're going to bring them to the front just because it's easier to work with. Then we won't move all our other stuff around. But the confetti will probably move to the bottom at least of our cluster. That's usually where it looks the nicest. I might even put it over the frame. Ooh, it's really small and dainty, which is kind of good. I usually make it a lot bigger, but this is really good for what we've got going on right here. Now, as you can see, it's barely showing up. So once again, you're going to want to put a really good, a dark shadow over it. I'm probably even going to pimp it up a little bit. I'm going to double left click on the FX button. And you can see here, I'm going to intensify that shadow. See, it's a little darker. I might make it the distance a little bit more. See, by adjusting the distance especially, it even gets a little darker, and it brings your element, obviously, distance a little further off the page. Okay, here was my little cutie. I couldn't wait to get a hold of this. It's a little lightning bug. Isn't he so cute? I used a little template from GS Creations to make him. I got some help with that one. He is so adorable. I just love little bugs and insects, little butterflies. I love to use those on my pages. If you go and take a look at my pages throughout the years, you will find some kind of little beast, a little buggy flying around. Sorry, I sometimes use some Flemish words here and there. I'd love to make a little poster for outside when you come into our house that says Flinglish spoken here. We speak so many different languages in this house. So my excuse is if I sometimes throw in a foreign word. Okay, wow. I was just talking about, little clusters and how sometimes I don't use them, but we definitely have done that here. I brought in a sparkle. Here it is, the lone sparkle. I love sparkles. They're really fun. It can add something. Sometimes you're just staring at your page like, what am I missing? It's missing something. I don't know what it is. That's often why I love scatter, what we just used there, or paint. I love paint. And then I love these little sparkles. I don't know how it would look. What do you think, people? Let's see. I know I have a little glow on his tail already. I actually designed that right in there. I didn't know if it would also look cute with a little sparkle. I don't know if you could even really notice the glow. I think it looks pretty cute though. I might not even need the sparkle because he's already got the glow on his tail. But look, that's kind of cute. It's kind of cute, but I guess I'll leave it because of the glow I've already provided. I might put a little glow here on this flower. I think I'll stop there. Okay, not bad. I kind of wish I had a white ribbon that I could run everywhere. It would be nice. Or some white paint. Let me see. What kind of paint did I provide in this collection, if any? Oh, I've got a nice banner down there, layered and lovely. Ooh, gold bits. Oh, I love gold bits. I just wanted to drag this in here for a second to see something. Because as you could see, I used the same shape. Or something very similar. Oh, it's not the exact same shape. Oh, I thought it was. But if you wanted to add another one, like right there, or over here, or from over here, you could totally do that. That's kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't think I like it too much. I think it's looking too busy again. But that's a pretty little balloon that I provide in this collection. See, there's my butterflies. Here's some paint, but I think it's going to match my paper too perfect. Oh, look, you don't even see it on there. Okay, so we definitely can't use that. Oh, here was the gold paint I was talking about. There we go. I want it on the back, though. I'll simplify just in case I use it, but I'm pretty sure that it would look kind of cool. It's really compact. I'm wondering if I mess with the opacity a little bit. It's also very small. I don't know if I made it so I can make a really big one. See, I don't want it thick all over either, but I just do kind of like that. It's bringing a little more texture onto what I might call a fairly plain paper. That peachy, pinky paper in the background is rather plain. I don't know if it's putting it over the top or not. I guess it's all a matter of taste. I don't mind it too much, but I really would have liked some white. That's why I'm going to scroll through one more time to see if I have anything with a little bit of white. A dash of white paint I think would really make it look perfect. But if I don't find it, I'll show you something else we can do. That's really fun and neat. I think I'll keep it back here with this layer back here. Let me simplify that real quick while I'm thinking of it. I'll probably want it above that just in case. I'm going to click up here and you'll see a layer came in. Then I'm going to use my color picker and I'm going to choose the white here. And I'm going to go to my brushes and I'm just going to keep it, you know, whatever this one is so that we save you a little bit of time. And I'm just going to put some dots all. Just a couple everywhere. See? Because I really wanted just a touch of white here and there. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we can go and we can make some a little bigger. In here. So depending on what layer you put it. Okay, maybe a couple more smaller ones again. Put it in the middle here somewhere. You might not like that. You might. Okay, we're going to put our picture there, so that doesn't really matter so much, right? That might kind of look like stars, hey? Kind of looks like stars in the background. You can always play with the opacity too. If you think, ooh, that's a bit much, you can work with the opacity and then it can fade a little bit. I might like that somewhere around 77%. Kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to put a shadow behind it. I think it's okay like it is. I'm going to duplicate my background and I'm going to bring up that next new layer. Ooh, where's my frame? I lost my frame. And put it right behind my frame and watch what I do because this is really easy. It'll save you tons of time. And I'm going to make that paper fit in my frame nice where I would put my picture. La, 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 la. And of course, you know, if you're going to take the cuttable version of this, you'll just take this and you'll run it through your machine and you'll get the thing you want. Let me just real quick, I'm just going to go File, Open. I sometimes like to use Finder too, especially I find that Photoshop elements can sometimes be very picky and take time, and it throws me out a lot too, actually. Lots of bugs. I think they really want me to update. Let me just look and see what kind of picture real quick, real fast that will fit in that nice spot I gave. I just want to look super fast. Ooh boy, ooh boy, ooh boy. I'm just going to take this one of me and my father-in-law. I think the colors would be nice. Okay, maybe I'm not. All right, I'll go to Finder real fast. Sorry about that. That just so never happens. Okay, let me just grab this one. Oh, the kitty. Oh, the kitty. His colors are so perfect. I just slide that in, or you can right-click and open in Adobe Photoshop. Okay, where are we at? Are we at the top? We are at the top. There's my kitty boo. I don't have girls, so often when I have to scrap stuff with lots of pink, I use my cat. I'm going to slide him right in over that layer that I just put in there. Facebook just so happened, Facebook, oh Lord. PSC just so happened to put him where he belongs. I'm going to do create a clipping mask. And there he is. His name is Plasha. Isn't he a beauty? And there you go. That's it. So this is just one way you could use our template. Thanks so much for checking out the cherry. Happy scrapping!